classic kind of, you grow up and you're naive, and you live your childhood, you go to primary school and you're just trying to do your best for yourself, and you get into trouble and society accepts it. You're a kid, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to get away with that. But I don't think it's the fact that society's expectations have changed, but it's me starting to realise that society really does expect everyone to fit in, especially in like this country. There is definitely a hierarchy, and there's a class system, and if you're not on the bandwagon and working or doing something that's helping the rest of this whole system, then you're seen as a failure, a working part. Hence, signing on at the job centre, they look at you and they're like, what are you doing with your life? And it's just so demoralising. You don't want to be this person, but at the same time, you don't want to be forced into a system that you don't want to fit in. So it's difficult.
When I grew up, a tour guide.
A physiotherapist.
PE teacher.
An ice skater.
Nurse.
A ballerina.
A ballerina.
A firefighter.
Explorer.
A princess.
Fire performer.
Another ballerina.
A hairdresser.
Actor.
Police officer.
Fireman.
Pilot.
Singer.
A race car driver. Adventurer. Rock star.
I'm the prize.
There we go.
Miss Robbins. Everyone gets stuff out of their bags. Write the date and title at the top of the page.
Why have you got pens?
Borrow a pen. Turn to page 394 in your textbook. Does everyone have a textbook?
Not today, no.
You have to borrow one.
Is that right?
Today we'll be learning about Jane Austen. Does everyone have heard of Jane Austen? Yes, please.
I think perhaps maybe a little more confidence, just a bit more confidence, the person in the back seat. If that person has no confidence, give them some praise.
Proceed if you want to. Chris.
Oh, what are you doing? Here girl, are you? Sit down, sit down.
I'll concentrate more at school. I fooled around at school and I think I could have done better if I'd adapted myself and got on with it.
I wrote 3 books in my lifetime. I had 2 children at the age of 25. He loves reading things so well. They went on to write their own things.
You know, I think we definitely need to work harder. And yeah, if I could, I'd go back and just kind of pay more attention, because we didn't have any, qualifications back in the 60s. So yeah, definitely go back and focus on a career.
Wait down, come on.
They wrote modern times.
I wasn't very good at school. I took more of an interest in physical kind of stuff than I did than anything else. I did like PE, netball, rounders, rather than I used to do lessons. So perhaps I would say now, instead of taking such an interest in PE, I would study more, maybe learn more, and like maths and that sort of thing, because I'm not very good at maths. Yeah, I was never any good. Reading, I was good at reading, but I always used to read, but that's about it.
Where are you?
There we go!
Lunchtime!
You see all these people go off and do all these master's degrees and diplomas and stuff like this, and they were really hard for it. And then started doing overdrafts. And then we were led to believe that after they lose something like that, they have a job. And they don't. It's a big, it's a really big thing that I've kind of ticked onto over the last 3 or 4 years, and I've just kind of, I mean, if you go uni, great. If you do any further education, great, no problem. But it's just kind of beautiful life.
I still don't know what I want to do in life. Maybe because I spend way too much time on the computer, subjecting myself to a lot of different things, like robotics and electronics. But I also like performing and comedy as well. And there's like also game designers. I don't know, there's just so many things. And it's just, I find myself stunned and I can't really choose.
Thank you very much for coming in for interview today. As you know, the position's for retail fashion assistant. My name's Carol and this is my colleague Liz.
Hi.
And we'd just like to ask you a few questions. Firstly, can you let us know what qualifications and experience you have that you could think would bring something to this role?
Sure, I've got qualifications in Maths, English and History
Good.
at school, and I have a physics degree in college.
That's very good.
You worked hard with that.
And what about the experience? Do you have retail experience?
Yeah, I've had retail experience in Morrison's and the Co-operative.
Oh, good. So you're used to handling money then?
I am.
And you're also used to customer services and speaking to customers, making them feel comfortable.
But it's quite a while since you left the co-op, isn't it? Can you tell me your reason for leaving?
It was just a work experience.
Oh, I see. It wasn't a full-time position. I see. So what have you been doing since then?
I've been working in the market school.
I see. Yeah, good.
And
keeping
I've also
busy.
been doing a course.
Good. Yeah, very good.
And we do ask you to wear a uniform, Rebecca. Is that all right with you?
Yes, I'm
We'd let you know. We'd let you know where to buy it from, etc.
Okay. I think that's all for now, Rebecca. We'll be in touch in a few days.
Okay.
Dark Horse, signed in.
Fox 2 signed in.
Dave, sign in.
Alright guys, Resident
Right.
Evil, let's go! Let's go find that troll!
Really bad.
Big troll around
Come on,
here.
come on, come on.
There's a troll!
Troll!
Shoot it! Oh, look at the blood! That's flash, man! Alright, let's go down this dark corridor, come on. Oh, what's this so dark in here?
Corners.
Whoa, 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 come on, you hear that? You hear that? Liquor! Jesus! Disgusting! Let's just get out of here, guys, come on. Come on, come on.
Down there, down there.
Yes!
When did I get into gaming? Oh, well, it was probably just after I finished college, before I started university. I didn't really connect with anyone at uni. I kind of was kind of a loner, actually. But I still had a group of friends, and we did stuff together. Like, we'd talk together, we'd go out together, we ate together, went over each other's houses, that sort of thing. But I still didn't really feel a part of it. Like, kind of detached. I mean, I'm quite a quiet person. I don't really talk to a lot of people, and I don't really socialise. But I think it's important. I really do, because I'm a young person, and I should be socialising. It's character building. But I guess what with all this gaming, I've just got a lot of catching up to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, please will you bring your attention to me? For tonight you have come to see our Tonight Show of Ask the Politician. answers to our Labour, our Liberal, and our Conservative parties. First up, we have the lovely Lucy. Lucy, take the stage. Big hand for Lucy!
Labour. I've been looking for a job since I was 18, voting since I was 18, and I was wondering what you plan on doing to help.
Lucy, that's an excellent question, because this is just what we've been putting our energies into. And we've done a lot of research on this, and the answer is cabbage. Now, you can get cabbage from Marks and Spencer's, nicely sliced, and there's a little bit of Brussels sprouts in this as well. You just have to put it, Lucy, into a saucepan and heat it up.
Sorry,
and
what's that got to do with it?
Did you have a question?
Yeah, did you hear me?
Cabbage.
What is that to do with the question?
To do with cabbage. Now, please understand that people say that, let me be perfectly clear, what we have here is a
I think we're going to call that time there. Thank you very much, Labour Party. Next up, we have a Rebecca. The amazing Rebecca, please take the stage. Big hand for Rebecca!
Hi, I have a question for the Democrats. My name is Rebecca, and I'm wondering about the youth centres in my area. Why are you closing them down? Why are you not opening them up for residents and groups and that to use? Why are you closing the youth club down?
Oh, good question. This is something that my party is very compassionate about, and it's all to do with saving our trees. I mean, we need. How many people come to work today and order coffee in a cardboard cup? At the end of the day, you've got mountains of cups everywhere. And what about disposable nappies? They weren't even invented 40
Actually,
years
sorry,
ago.
can I just excuse me? I really beg your pardon. What's that got to do with the youth open question?
And nappies, there's poles and nappies everywhere. You know, how are we going to solve this problem?
I think that's enough of that too.
Oh.
Maybe?
Hope I answered your question.
Just a little. Last up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the lovely Eve. Big hand for Eve!
A very simple question to ask. Our minimum wage is very low. The taxes are high. What can you do to help us out and make the tax system more equal for everyone?
Well, I'm so pleased that you've asked me that question, because it gives me the opportunity to unveil our latest party's manifesto, which is in fact holidays abroad for all. Just one but 2 holidays abroad each year, and we are working towards this because last year I went to Barbados, and this year I'm building a brighter future by planning a trip to the Seychelles and Switzerland.
Excuse me. Are we asking about taxes?
Yes, and I'm in total agreement with you, because travel does indeed broaden the mind. And let's not overlook the fact that these taxes will be very useful, if nothing else, to fund my trip to the Seychelles. Now, I know it's going to be difficult.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for here. But you have been welcome guests of Ask the Politician, and we will see you soon. Selfie! Oh my god. Put on Twitter.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that's good. Okay.
I'll take another selfie. Selfie!
Hey, how are you?
Oh my god,
That's
looks
good.
like that. 200 likes
Okay.
already. Oh my god.
Hey, how are you? That's good. Okay.
Selfie!
It's so expensive.
Oh my god.
Hey, how are you? That's good. Hey, how are you?
That's the only thing today with youngsters. They spend all this time on mobile phones. I mean, what are they going to do? Everything's computerized. I mean, if something happens, what are they going to do? What can you do? that you can't do on a mobile phone. I can't even use one. I can just about make a phone call.
Facebook. Like. Comment.
What's this? Oh, jeez. Why are you doing this now?
What I like about you, of course, I don't know what you like when you're on the street, but it's nice to be able to talk to a young person without a mobile phone in their hand. Because it's normally, well, are you with me? Are you with me? Are you not? It's just so lovely to be able to see your face without that phone in front of it.
Yes. Yes, I will be back to 6. I'll be back to 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. When my children and grandchildren come round, all they do is sit, doing this. No conversation, they just sit. Even my son is always playing on his mobile. Oh no, not his mobile, his laptop. No conversation. There's too many mobile phones around today. Everybody's got one. Mind you, I've got one too. Don't do a lot with it. I can text and I can make phone calls, but that's about it really. Don't do anything else with it. There's too many people with mobile phones. You walk around town and they bump into you. So busy doing this, they're not looking where they're going. But in other words, I mean, there's good and bad in everybody, really.
I think when you're older, you don't think about it so much. When you're younger, you're more conscious about what you look like. I mean, when I was younger, I was obsessed with weight. Gotta lose a few pounds, oh, put a bit on, oh, lose a bit more. But I think these days, it's more in your face really these days.
I don't like when you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you think, oh my God, is that me?
I don't know much about my body at all. I never want to do what you want it to do. You know what you're supposed to do, and you don't always coordinate like. Probably like to have smaller feet.
Because I'm overweight, I don't like any part of my body. My face is lopsided, my eyes are... they're saggy, so no, nothing. Really, not anything about my body, really. I have to lose some weight, and I might feel better.
We didn't have no choices, no. We're old on the outside, but young on the inside. Two fractions. We might be ancient, but we're still young inside.
Yes, I think it's definitely more difficult for people these days.
look in the mirror and you think, oh
Yes.
my God, is that
I think it's definitely more than
You look in the mirror and you think, oh my God, is that me?
There's a motorway.
You look in the mirror and you think, oh my God, is that me?
There's a
You look in
motorway.
the
You
mirror
might be
and you
ancient,
think,
but I'm still young inside.
look in the mirror and you think, oh my
You
God,
might
is
be
that me?
ancient, but I'm still young
You look in the
inside.
mirror and you think, oh my God, is that me?
You might be ancient, but I'm still young inside.
I feel great about my voice. I
You might be ancient, but I'm still young inside.
feel great about my voice.
You might be ancient, but I'm still young inside. You might be ancient, but I'm still young inside.
Nothing special. Nothing special.
Excellent answer, Rebecca. Very impressive. Very, very, very good. I just have one further question, and that relates to training. As you know from your first interview, the job is for a retail assistant, but we are looking for a person of ambition.
Okay.
So in the early months, that if we were to offer you the position, we'd like you to undertake training. That would be fast-track training, so it would involve 3 nights a week on top of your working week. How does that sound to you?
I'm fully committed to that.
Are you? It's
Yes.
a lot to undertake. Quite happy to do so?
I'm still fully committed.
Very, very good. Well done.
Do you drive, Rebecca?
No, I don't.
You don't. That could be a bit of a problem. Some of our training is off-site, and also you could be asked to go to one of our other branches to work.
Okay.
So we're going to have to look into that and see if we can find a way around.
Okay, sure.
Would you be prepared to learn to drive?
Yes.
You would, yeah? Okay. And in due course you would need your own car, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all for now. We'll be in touch in a few days.
Okay, thank you.
Darkwall signed in.
Fox 2 signed in.
Dave signed in.
Alright guys, GTA!
Yeah, come on.
Alright, man. Yeah, check out my new car. Yeah, look how fast I'm going.
You are going to crash.
I ain't gonna crash.
You're going to crash.
No, no,
I told you.
Hey, guys.
Only on that.
Guys.
Come on. Alright, let's go. Whoa, where are we
Guys,
going?
cops are coming.
Cops!
Go to the bridge,
Come on,
go to the
bridge! The next
Come on,
left!
go to the bridge.
Left!
Left.
I'm gonna turn left!
That's it. You go in. You go in.
Come on.
You can't kill me! No!
Oh man, you got shy.
My best Christmas was probably the Christmas just gone past, and it was my best Christmas because I had all my family come over to mine, and you know it was really nice. And basically, if I'm being truthful, it was my best Christmas because I got my Xbox One. But it was really nice to have like all my family with me, and we could get into like this kind of family reunion thing and just see how everyone's doing.
I would have allowed myself to be happy. I think I could change one main different rule in the whole of my life, which has always been the main issue to everything that takes place. I would not punish myself so badly and let myself feel loved.
Ladies and gentlemen, please once again bring your attention to me. For we are back with some more Ask the Politician! Yes. Once again, we have questions from our general public for the Labour, the Lib Dems and the Conservatives. First up, we have the lovely Jean. Jean, take the stage!
I have a question for the socialist young man. Can you hear me, young man?
Yes,
Yes.
I can.
I need to know why the 25 doesn't go to Sainsbury's anymore. We do our shopping there, we have our shopping trolley. We have to take it all the way down to Royal Parade. And then at Royal Parade it can't get to the bus stop. It has to stick in the road and we have to lift our shopping onto the bus whose platform doesn't fit the curb.
Brilliant question, Jean. Thank you for that. It's
Well, I
all
hope you
about-
can answer it, young man.
Yes, I'm just about to. It's all about the cod imports we've had. It's increased by a whopping 40% since last year. And because of this, our fish and chips have actually become cheaper. And
Young man, buses, your predecessor in 1952 to 63 really understood buses. His
Yes.
buses stopped at Sainsbury's.
Exactly. Our Labour scientists have actually created this new technology, revolutionary.
And young man, we won the war with buses.
Yes, I know, I'm getting to that.
I think we're going to call it a day for him. Next up, we have the lovely Brenda with a question for our Liberal Democrats. Give a hand for Brenda!
Good afternoon. I'd like to ask you what you're intending to do for the older people.
Right, well, it's a question that we have gone over quite a bit now, I think. In the last year, we've seen a massive movement and an influx of jazz rock and jazz funk fusion right through the UK. Percentages and numbers are showing that a lot of the bassists are actually
Can I
using the
interrupt
five
you a
string
minute?
now.
You seem to be swaying from the question.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm getting to it. Basically, to help that matter, we're shipping in thousands of scat singers to actually to put them out on the streets in these areas where we need them.
Well, I think that's enough of that nonsense.
All right.
Last up, we have a question for our Conservatives from the lovely Marie. Hand it for the lovely Marie!
My question is to do with the state pension, and I'd like to know what proposals you have for regarding the annual increase each year.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your question. First off, I think it's really important for you to understand, and for the great British public to understand, that penguins are actually really sociable animals. They will march together, they will migrate together, they will hunt together. Yeah.
Excuse me, what exactly has that got to do with the pounds in my pocket?
Well, actually, I think you'll find, if you were listening to my answer, Marie, you'll find that the pension is all to do with the key, with the feathers of the penguin. So these feathers are actually waterproof, and despite them being a flightless bird, it's actually really quite notable that they're very, very good.
We're going to call it quits there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you, and ask the politician, and we will see you next time.
Piece of advice. Probably not to kind of fear too much. I mean, growing up, I basically hid from the world. My life consisted of going live from home to school. And leaving to school extremely early just so I could get there with nobody seeing me. So everyone wouldn't have to.
So no one told you that was gonna be this way.
Booze girls? Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, Ange.
Cheers.
What are we watching tonight?
Friends.
Ah! Yeah, I've seen this one though.
Oh, delicious.
No, I haven't.
Shall we? No?
Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yeah, I've seen them all actually.
Well, I've had another bloody row again.
What, not with your
Another
mother?
one? Yeah, another
Oh,
one.
yeah.
One, yeah.
What about this time,
Nothing's
Ange?
changed.
6 mugs under the bed.
6?
Oh, that's not bad, is it?
No, I've never seen under my bed. My mum thinks it's clear under there.
My mother keeps nagging me about get out of bed so she can change the sheets.
My mum.
Then it's the laundry. Then it's the dishes to the kitchen.
My mother thinks that I think it's like a hotel. Yeah.
The trouble was, all of them were bloody mildew. Oh, the mugs? Yes, the mugs.
And as for my brother...
Oh, that type stinks.
Yeah. I'm fed up.
Do you think we should get a flat, girls?
Hey, that's a really sick idea! Yeah!
Oh no! We're going to have to get one around Alexander Road because they're pretty big up there. We need a 1-bedroom each. Oh yeah, can't share.
Are you sure? We could get a 2-bedroom, you could share.
No. You never know, you might want to... Well,
now, they've got a good flat. I
Yeah.
bet that doesn't cost much because I've only got 1 room.
If we did get a flat,
That'd
I'd
be
have
really
to
good.
give a fags up.
I know that.
Well, I'll have to give
Straight
up
move.
booze. Yeah.
You're the only sensible one with any money. There's Jerry's in this one.
Oh, no.
It's delicious. Yeah, anyway, I reckon if we got a place, my mum might come round and clean it.
We won't have to worry about washing because we can take that home. We can take that home.
Yeah.
And food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
food. Yeah. And I bet they'll make a goodie bag for us to bring
Oh,
back.
I'll
I'll
be
be
so
so worried.
That's some popcorn to keep them. What are we going to do then, girls?
Are we going to go for the flat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Google it, Ange.
Some people of the older generation, I think what I'd like for them to understand is that it's not easy anymore. It's really not. And I think a lot of their opinions are built on what they see within the media these days, because it never comes across as very good. So I think what I'd like them to see, or what I'd like for them to view, is things like education. You know, that exam results aren't going up, and that we're not striving anymore, not really striving any further for success. I mean, they just look at us and they see that we're unemployed, or that they see that we're non-employable. It's really difficult. And I think I see, and that I would like them to see, the fact that it is really difficult these days, in these conditions, to find ourselves a job, and not be judged by the press. It's hard. It really is. And when we're looking for success, in the back of our heads we always know that somewhere, nowadays, it's actually really hard to kind of have any hope that we'll ever be able to achieve that success.
Hello again, Rebecca. Lovely to see you. Liz and I do think you have great potential for this position, but there are just a few lifestyle issues. We just want to know a little bit more about you and how you are in your personal life, so that we can assess whether you would fit into our team okay.
Yeah, sure.
How did you travel in today?
Bus.
By bus? Oh. Well, many of our young staff actually come in by skateboard. Do you have a skateboard? You don't have a skateboard? Oh, that could be difficult. Now, Rebecca, it's so important. We have such a young image that we do require our younger staff to use skateboards a lot. So what I suggest is in the next few weeks you go into your local park, you may find a group of boys there already practising, and they may teach you perhaps an ollie or a kickback. I mean, that's just going to be the minimum requirement, I'm afraid. So it's something that you would really need to do. We'd love to be able to offer you this position, but these lifestyle choices are so important. Do you have any questions, Liz?
Yeah, my question actually is concerning your living conditions. They're talking about your bathroom now. Now, do you have a shower or a bath? Or
A shower.
A shower? You have got a bath as well?
No.
Oh my goodness, how do you play with your rubber ducks?
You don't have any rubber ducks?
Oh dear me, you really need rubber, at least a family of rubber ducks, mommy duck. Daddy doesn't play the dart.
We've got families, haven't we? We've all got families.
The staff have meetings every Friday and we all bring our darts.
Well, they're actually an important part of every presentation that we do. The ducks are all there and they're so important. They come into every issue we bring up, really.
I think we're going to have to think about this.
Yeah, with our skateboarding issue and the rubber duck issue, it's a pity, really, because you've done so well in the job so far. So, are you prepared to do anything at all to help bring up these issues so that you can be more part of our team?
Sure, I'll be as helpful as I can.
Okay, well, we'll have to think about this a little further, but thank you so much for your time, Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca. We'll speak to you later.
Dark Horse signed in.
Fox 1 signed in.
Dave signed in.
Alright guys, pause.
Right, what's it today?
Wow.
Racing games, come on.
Last lap, last lap.
Last lap.
Okay, this corner.
Yeah, I'm left.
Come on, next corner. Right.
Come on, right.
Last straight.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Finish line.
I think if I could have one ability, it would actually be confidence. I think if I was a more confident person, then it would really help me start, changing who I am. I think I should also get out a bit more. Maybe stop playing so many video games and playing things like World of Warcraft. I kind of spend day in, day out on my computer. Don't really sleep either. But yeah, I really do need to start kind of picking myself up and I probably play games a little bit too much.
Me, psychedelic.
Nice.
Hello.
Happy.
Tall.
That's just
Complex.
Happy.
Organised. Wacky.
crazy!
Practical.
Little.
Extraordinary.
Contented.
Passionate.
Loyal.
Caring.
Lively.
Friendly.
Optimistic.
I've never really seen ages, like, to me, I don't have birthdays, I never celebrate, so age to me
You don't think about it too much. When you're younger, you're more conscious about what you live like.
Lazy, but I'm capable of something if it's sporty or whatever, but also
Like any call. Just be out yourself, get it.
I would not punish myself for fasting and let myself feel
Friends, person who's not confident, just give them a bit more.
I still don't know what I want to do in life.
Anything for attention in school, some qualifications, we didn't have much that. 16 does expect everyone.